and I think we're live.
Oh,
and
this time you say you think we are.
I think. I can't say for sure. I believe we are, and I did mute YouTube. So, and there we are. We are live. Look at that. I'm becoming professional. Welcome back to Sugoi, Boyz. This is my 201 subscriber special. I'm going to do a different special for every single subscriber. So don't worry, we won't have that many. It'll be like another month before you see me again. Back today is Dreade. We have 2 out of 3 Sugoi boys. We are unfortunately... this is another great disappearance of J. Chip Chan from the J. Chip Chan show.
The J. Chip Chan show?
I told you he'd be the first comment. There he is. Hey, buddy. Fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Locals went shit today, by the way, J-Chip, because I tried to play Trap Tricks, and that deck seems really cool, not that good. Who knew a deck full of, like, lollies based on trap cards would do shitty? Yeah, did not go well. Welcome back to the Sugoi Boys, everybody. Yeah, so I guess generally we'll do what we normally do, talk about what we've been watching. I have a couple things, but as always, I defer and put the pressure on everyone else first.
The pressure.
So, Dreade, what have you watched or read lately?
Can you feel the pressure?
It's getting closer now. We're better off without you.
Wow, yeah. you went right there.
Dude, I fucking love Haley Williams. Was like my fucking like dream high school girlfriend. Just say my name 5 times in a mirror, and I may show up. This is J-Chip.
Harry Lolly.
Wow! Where am I? This isn't BrodyCon. Where's my rainbow dash? Hey, Sweet Pea, what's up? That's a great moment to walk in on, by the way. So what did you even watch it? Yeah, I sort of got it. If you say My Little Pony, I'm gonna fucking...
Yes, I've been reading the manga to My Little Pony.
Oh, yeah, the manga is always better in terms of My Little Pony. I watched the first episode of My Little Pony like 5 years ago.
I watched the first episode too, and it was boring as hell.
I wanted to know what the hullabaloo was about. Yeah,
I didn't get it. Maybe it gets better. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's Hunter x Hunter.
Maybe it's Hunter x Hunter. Yeah, whoever wrote My Little Pony's up there with Togashi and Miura.
They probably hang out, party together, snort coke.
Talking about garbage, I'm still watching the new Sword Art Online.
Oh, why?
Because I heard it got better, and it kind of did.
Oh, man. What is this, Sword Art Online 3? 4?
Yeah, 3. It's still SAO. Like, you can't escape the writing of Reki Kawahara.
Does it have a cool Lisa opening?
Oh, of course it does.
Okay, it has to. But then so does Demon Slayer, so I can't really knock that.
I want to check that out soon too. But we already talked about what we're gonna be watching soon. No, I'm like halfway through the new SAO. It's okay. It's good for SAO.
I feel like that's like... that's...
No, like, okay, so it actually deals with an interesting concept, right? Like, they're not in a game. And as pretentious as it kind of is...
So it's not online.
Well, it is still kind of online. So, but as pretentious as it kind of is, it deals with the concept of human souls and what Reki Kawahara thinks a soul is and how he perceives souls to be in the society of SAO. It's not that deep.
And then everyone just becomes LCL. And then everybody just starts popping into orange liquid.
But, like, okay, so in the first episode, they introduce you to, like, the new characters because the new characters are actually somewhat interesting. There's this thing called the Taboo Index in their world, which is basically the law. Like, if they break the Taboo Index, they get executed. So the main girl sees a guy dying, and she reaches across the borderline between her kingdom and the other kingdom, and her kingdom is not allowed in the other kingdom, and she trips and falls, and her finger crosses the line, and they arrest her the next day. And it gets so like bad that like her father is chaining her up for the law to take her.
Okay.
Conceptually, it's really good for SAO. Now, it doesn't do a lot with that. It instead, you know, turns to Kirito and his new friend Yugeo in school. In sword school.
Oh, it's sword school. Different from normal school.
That's about as far as I've got so far, though. Maybe the second half is a little better, but
when I asked you
still
if it was
good for like SAO.
When I had asked you if it was online, and you had like my next fear was that you were like, yeah, but it's a mobile game. You guys have phones, right?
So,
can you imagine that shit? I'm fucking like Anime X if like they're like the new Sword Art Online is about a phone game.
So,
and you can only watch it if you buy our phone game.
It's basically like a simulation of a world that he's like living in, basically. Okay. For this arc. So it has interesting concepts. Some of them it does well, others it's SAO.
J-Chip asked if the guy's name was Yugeo.
Yeah, it's Yugeo.
Oh wow, that's pretty offensive in 2019. We're gonna have to bleep that out.
Been keeping up with Dr. Stone, which is infinitely better than that.
Me too. And it sounds like it would be. Dr. Stone, dude, what'd you think about what is it, episode 12 that was today?
Well, you gotta remember I read the manga. So
that's true. Fuck. How far are you ahead in the manga again? I forget.
I finished the second arc, which is it should be where the anime ends.
Okay.
So after that, I've only read a couple chapters past it.
Okay.
I know chapter 110 is called The Secret of Petrification. So we might know the answer.
Is the manga still publishing?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so it's still going.
And talking about manga, I'm still reading fucking Naruto.
Ooh. That's probably fun.
So I'm up to like chapter 400 out of, what is it, 700?
Damn. All right, warp bait.
So
actually, I haven't seen you in a while.
I have one major issue with Naruto.
That's it?
Yeah, actually only one. There's actually only one major issue I have with it. And it's that pretty much every fight, I would argue after the tuning exams, maybe after the attack on Konoha, everybody just becomes like this galaxy-brained fighter where every time there's a fight, whether it's with Sasuke or Naruto or Kakashi, it's always just a back and forth of you've activated my trap card, you've activated my trap card.
But that's like a shonen thing.
Yes.
But I feel like, okay, whenever I watched a Bleach fight, it was that same fucking like principle. It was always like, here's this insane maneuver that I can do, and he describes it for 20 seconds, and then he's like, surely he must be destroyed. Is that all you can do? I can actually separate my cells at the molecular level, and you don't understand this hullabaloo.
So yeah, it is a shonen thing. I agree with that, but I think Naruto kind of goes a little too hard with it.
What, you don't like Shoji becoming a badass?
Well, so I just finished reading the fight between Sasuke and Itachi, where Itachi activates Amaterasu, and it's like first you see Sasuke getting his eyes removed, but no, that was the Genjutsu. And then he activates the Amaterasu, which is the strongest jutsu that he has. And then Sasuke activates the Thunderclap, which is even stronger. And then Itachi has something even stronger than that, which he didn't mention beforehand. And then Orochimaru comes out of Sasuke to try to fight him. And I'm like, that's a little much. I like how the fight ended, and I think the actual like story of the fight was well written. I just think you could have cut a little bit of that out.
Oh, JJ wants to know if you're watching. Were you watching Inuyasha?
I was, and I gotta get back to it still.
I had even forgotten. My Inuyasha senses weren't tingling. Not gonna lie, Bleach does that. I mean, yeah, I only watched like the beginning of. Well, I watched Bleach up until Rukia got taken away, and then I watched like a little bit like when they went to get her, but I never like finished that off. Like,
see, just because of like the length of the shows, like Bleach and Naruto, I'm literally just gonna fucking read them.
Probably a good idea.
Once I finish Naruto, I think I'm gonna move on to Bleach, and then probably One Piece, which is gonna be something.
I still got to finish Hakusho anime. Not that that's bad. That's just it's something that I've shelved. I don't know what it is about it. I can just never like power through.
So Hakusho's a good example. I know you haven't gotten to it yet, but like the fight against Sensui at the end of Chapter Black, if I recall, it's like 8 or 9, maybe 10 episodes long.
Holy shit.
But I never felt like it was a whole big you've activated my trap card fight. Sure, they progressed the fight with stronger and stronger things happening, but you had an idea what Yusuke was capable of from the beginning. And Sensui, they didn't give you the full picture. I mean, why would they? He's the major villain of the arc. They want surprises. But when the surprises came, they weren't as bad as like the example I gave with Itachi.
Toshiro gets split in half, but for some reason he makes an ice clone, which he never does before or after the fight. Which anime is Toshiro again? I had a problem with Yusuke turning into the demon, but I'm glad that. Well, how about you don't spoil me on everything there, Mr. Jason?
Yeah, that's like a huge like Chapter Black 3 Kings thing, you know.
It's perfectly fine. It's okay. I'm still in Dark Tournament, I guess, but it's probably near the end because they're either in the semifinals or the finals. Because I think it's just them and the fucking Toguro team.
Yeah, you're almost done the Dark Tournament then.
Yeah, and the very last episode I saw was fucking Toguro, like, we learned that the Genkai can make herself look younger and shit, and then Toguro knows that it's her, and then he's like, I want you to meet me outside. And she's like, all right.
Okay.
And then so he's like, I'm going to talk to you about stuff.
That honestly, like that part is probably like the best part of the Dark Tournament.
Okay. That's where I was
you're coming up on like the best part
which is cool because it's been cool. I like the teams. I like the team fighting aspect. I fucking love Dragon of the Darkness Flame. That was fucking like iconic. It was a little like here's my trap card.
I really liked the fight where Hiei was stuck in the tent, like the electric tent, and he's just sitting there getting mad at everything.
I like how like Kuwabara gets like teleported to like another arena twice.
I'm not gonna fall for it another time.
Whoa! But fucking Dragon of the Darkness Flame, dude, that shit was fucking against the fire, dude.
You know, we're sitting here, talking about how cool like Itachi and Yusuke and Hiei are. Isn't this supposed to be characters we hate?
Fuck, it is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. We focused on the positive. You're right. This is anime YouTube. We're supposed to talk about what shit. All right, this fucking mom anime. No, not yet. Not
yet.
That's a surprise for a little later in the chat, in the stream. But yeah, so Mr. J Chip came up with the topic of talking about characters that we hate, and hate is a strong word. But I have a few characters that I really, really, really don't like. Man, we had a Paramore reference and a Plain White Tees reference in the same fucking chat. We're old. Actually, I never talked about what I was watching. God damn it. Fucking Dr. Stone. Dr. Stone's good. Here, Demon Slayer's good. You should check it out. I'm different from last week. I am completely caught up with Steven Universe besides the movie. I have not seen the movie. Not that I am dodging it. It's just I had to watch way more episodes than I thought I needed to catch up. But I powered through that shit yesterday. That was pretty cool. Anybody that watches Steven U. Was there anything else that I watched? Might have been it. All right. So Vinland Saga. That was fucking cool. Which is the perfect segue. The movie is trash. Oh, Sammy, how are you gonna do that to me? You're not even a huge. Don't you not even like Steven Yeun that much? I think we've talked about this before. I know it's a musical, which kind of is off-putting to me by a tad, but
wait, the Steven Universe movie is a musical?
It's a musical, from what I've been told.
That's awkward.
I mean, most of the. I don't know if you ever watched it. Most of the show is a lot of singing.
I mean, I watched the first season and it wasn't for me.
Okay. It is very I've thought about making videos about it before, but I have very wavering opinions on it. There are episodes that I fucking love, and then there's it always has 5 fillery episodes, and then an episode that matters, and then 5 dumb episodes.
I noticed that with the first season alone.
Teen
and
Titans did that too.
I mean, there's nothing really wrong with that. It's just specifically Steven Universe. It's not an exceptionally long show.
I mean, at this point, it's 6 seasons, 5 seasons.
Yeah, but those seasons also vary in length from what I'm aware of.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I think some of them were 12 and the others were 20 something. Bro, the fight scenes were 30 seconds. It was mostly sing no jutsu. That was an issue that I had with episode, the last episode of whatever the last season was, 5 or 6. When the confrontation of the last enemy, or seemingly the last enemy, was very Soul Eater-esque in terms of, hey, let's build up this crazy fight, power of friendship. But characters that I dislike, what I've been watching is a good segue with this. I'll fucking start. Vinland Saga. Askeladd is a fucker that you want to die. Gigak actually described this well in a video. You fucking hate him, but when he's on the screen, you can see why people follow him. So for those that don't know, Askeladd is Vinland Saga is this Viking anime, obviously. And Askeladd is the leader of this, basically group of, I'm going to call them pirates. They're from, Denmark and stuff, but they don't really, adhere to, the king or whatever for the most part. They kind of are bandits. And they're led by this dude, Askeladd. who has this some sort of connection to a bunch of like strong people, and there's a lot of fucking strong characters from the Yams Vikings era and stuff in the show. And he leads this like group of bandits, and they do like fucking some horrible shit. And he's always sort of like conniving a way to make him look like to gain everything at like minimal cost and not hurt the reputation in the eyes of the King of Denmark. So like for example, like they'll enter battles where they only can get something out of it. They don't have any like loyalty to the country or anything or the king or something like that. If they can get something out of it, they'll steal all of the shit that they pillaged and say like, oh, this village had nothing. That kind of stuff. And obviously he kills the main character's dad at the beginning of the story and sort of knocks down that domino for the rest of this to go through. He doesn't really follow any sort of like honor code or anything that these people seem to have. But at the same time, he's the way he is. I can totally see why his crew follows him. He's charismatic. He's strong as fuck. He's smart. But at the same time, I mean, and I love antagonists, but I fucking would love to see somebody just fucking whip his head off with a sword, like pretty quick. That'd be nice. But that was the first one. Maybe we can go back and forth with this. Anybody see in chat? FMA is filled with tones of good characters, but Frank Archer has no reason to exist. I agree with that.
I mean, Full Metal Alchemist, I think it's just filled with characters that you either love to hate or there's the one-off that everybody just fucking hates because he's a dick.
Yeah, I mean, I just hated Robo Frank. I didn't like Robo Frank Archer, and I wasn't into like the whole Dante shit in the original FMA.
Okay. Fair.
I didn't like it. It felt like weird. I had no idea about the manga or anything back then, but I was just like, this is weird. First of all, fucking like 12-year-old miasma, whoever the fuck, whatever age I was watching season 1, fucking, what's her name? The girl, Lyra, the body that she possesses? I don't know if you remember, but in FMA, the original Fullmetal Alchemist, Dante takes over the body of this chick from like early on in the show, who was another aspiring alchemist who actually went to like study under Dante, and Dante, was like old and she keeps hopping body to body. So she takes over this chick's body, and she was, kind of a QT 3.14. But unfortunately, so I was a little downered by that. Osiris, hey, what's up, dude? I heard the movie was fine. Villain is good. The end of season 5 sucks. Talk about Stephen Yu. Yeah, it wasn't that like. I just don't think it built up really well, and it had all these like. You're a show where you've built up like this huge cast of like powerful fighters and people that have like these bonds with one another and stuff like that, and it didn't like. I understand that the show isn't about the action, but like have more than like 5 seconds of it. Like when they did have action, the animation actually looked pretty good too. I don't doubt that the animation would. I almost want to say it was like maybe a budget thing, but that show probably makes a fuck ton of money. So that was a little disappointing.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
But yeah, so Dread, who's a character that you dislike, sir?
Well, I mean, I think we just covered fucking FMA with Show Tucker.
Oh,
but
dude, he's a selling life alchemist. He's a good dude. He sells life.
The first ones that come to my mind are probably either the Britannia family from Code Geass, specifically the males in the family, other than Lelouch.
So the dad and the brother?
Charles.
Oh, yeah. And then there's the other guy.
His older brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all pieces of shit.
And
then I'd have to catch up on it to get a full opinion, but from what I've seen of season 2, Endeavor from My Hero Academia is a shithole too.
Endeavor is the dad of
Todoroki's father.
Okay.
Yeah.
I only saw seasons 1 and 2. So like
Yeah, so that's where my opinion of him is shaped.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm sure they delve deeper with him later on.
I honestly hated Black Star from so later. Did
you hate Black Star because of his voice?
I was about to say, did you watch the dub?
Because I hated his voice, but he wasn't a bad character.
The voice grew on me. I like Brittany Karbowski as a voice actress, maybe not for a guy character.
That I think that was my issue. Was she was playing Black Star, not the female characters that she usually does.
Fuck, she was that fucking. Now that I think I can't think about her without thinking about Phantom Requiem for the Phantom.
Oh, was she in that?
She's the girl that ruins the whole show. She's Cal, the one I told you about. That's like.
So would you say Cal is somebody you hate because she ruined the show?
Definitely. J-Chip can agree with me on this. J-Chip, how do you feel about Cal from Phantom Requiem for the Phantom? Because I know you and I are the only people like this side of the Mississippi that watch that show. Because the show is like maybe a 7 out of 10 for like a majority of it, and then it's like her fucking involvement in it makes it like fucking a 3. It just brings it down so much farther. But like, she like, first of all, she doubles in size and then completely flips the page on like what the fuck her like motivations are for everything, and then basically becomes an antagonist for like almost no reason. Another person becomes that's another thing that bothers me. Another thing that another character rather that became an antagonist for no reason. Spoiler alert, I guess, for Shakugan no Shana season 3, but fucking the main character, what's his Yuji? Yeah, Yuji Sakai. I don't give a fuck if you haven't seen Shana yet. You're probably never going to. Shout out to JC staff, by the way. Seasons 1 and 2, he's this like normal dude who slowly learns about the world. Fucking supernatural shit going on. There's this girl with fucking red hair with a sword that he likes. It's his sort of badass, a certain magical index like show. It's very light novel-y. Then season 3 happens, and circumstances happen where he like gains this like ability that lets like a thing like possess him, but he willingly does it to like gain the power and sort of reset things, so that way he can fix everything when he really didn't need to do it. And then he's an antagonist for the rest of season 3. And it's like this dude that like I went from being nonchalant about, like he was okay, to just saying like, well, I guess this is what's happening. Jay should probably fucking loved him. Oh, for she sucks. He's talking about Cal. I actually don't think it was the voice. I think so. I like Brittany Karbowski, but I am going to stick with. I think she should probably do female characters, or just maybe not Black Star. Like, don't be somebody that's that high pitch and yelling all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. She can. Now every anime character that pops in my head is gonna be one that yells all the time. But all right, let me think of another. I have the Mao list. I'm cheating here on characters that I hate. The entire cast of Clan Ed. Just kidding. They're all okay.
Oh my god.
They're all pretty good. I like them. Code Geass, I guess, I don't know if I was big on the Britannians either. I kind of wasn't really into like the fucking like green hair chick that like the hot one that becomes like brainwashed. She like loses her memories and she lives with like the rebel dude. I don't know her name. She's part of like the army, and then
I know who you're talking about, but for some reason I don't remember her name.
They show her naked for some reason.
Yeah.
I hate everyone in Corpse Party. Death Parade. That's another one. So, Death Parade was on my fucking list of anime people like that I don't. The white hair dude. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Okay. The white hair bartender.
He doesn't have emotions?
He's boring. He's boring, and the whole show is boring. I thought you were about to like throw that.
No.
Oh, hey, Lord Kobe, what's up? It just, I don't know. It just wasn't. He just, yeah. I guess it's that he didn't have emotion or anything to him. But like, I even like characters like Brandon Heat or like Gene from Shampoo, who don't necessarily show like a ton of emotion, but they're still like interesting. I didn't find him very interesting. Especially at a show that's all about like judging individuals. Like, fuck you, dude. You're gonna.
Well, I mean that was kind of the point. The fact that he needed to be objective in his judging, and emotions would have made him biased towards a certain person.
But make me want to know more. I don't want to know more about him.
But you can blame Madhouse for their whole 12-episode season thing that they like to do.
Death Parade could have been way better. Probably. I think that show was sort of dead on arrival for me because I know if I remember correctly, some of it. I don't know if I think some of the stories tie together, but isn't it like more episodic in nature, or it's more like based on Death Parade? It's based on the individuals that they're talking about that are engaging in the game in that episode.
There is an overarching story
with the purple hair girl, right? Fuck, I dropped something. Yeah, isn't it the purple hair girl that starts hanging out there or whatever? It's been a while.
Yeah.
And then I just wasn't as into like, I don't know, like, and every time it's about like like the game, the judgment kind of thing, and I don't know, I didn't connect with it, and I just was not very much interested in Deckham, or whatever the fuck his name is. Didn't Death Parade have a season 2? I don't think it does.
It has an OVA.
Dreade. This is okay. Fucking Izaya Orihara. Although I would say that's more like love. Like, I love the dude, but if I see him get punched in the face, I'm still rather happy. So it's a weird relationship between me and Izaya. I'm trying to think. I guess therefore I'm supposed to hate Shizuo, but I kind of also like Shizuo when he punches Izaya in the face. My dad's a big Shizuo fan, and he does not like Izaya, so we usually have like sort of like a debate. I think personality-wise, I guess I'm closer to Izaya, but Shizuo is a better person. I don't know. I wasn't that big on Henri for a good chunk.
What, do you have something against her?
I mean, Harry Lawley's a big fan of hers, but
oh, I'm sure he is.
She's okay. I wanted her. I guess. Okay, let me redirect. I guess I didn't like how. I wish she had more screen time. I guess I wish we got more time with her, especially sort of like later on. Versus, but I don't know how the books are handled, the novels are handled, rather. But I mean, I guess I started to really like Mikado. Dreade is a very like interesting one to think about this, because like I feel like early on I thought Mikado was okay, and then like as it went along, I kind of didn't like him, and then by the end of it, I'm like, oh, this guy's all right.
Well, he has that personality shift in the middle that gets certain people.
I don't know. Is there anybody in Dororo that you hate? Or dislike? The cat girl is... Actually, I don't hate her. She's kind of funny.
Nakara was kind of a dick.
Which one is that?
That was the guy that went to school with Izaya.
God, that went to school with Izaya.
The whole reason for that other organization that catches Izaya for existing, whatever their fucking name was.
I need to see a picture of this dude. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. This is not to do with the glasses, is it? Not the dude that has the... Oh, no, that's Shijima. That's what I'm thinking of. Oh, okay, this guy. Interesting. I'm trying to think of the name of the cat girl, the one that fucking is posing as the secretary for a while, but then you find out she's pretty important, to not spoil Durarara, in terms of Saika and everything. The very stoic girl with the glasses.
The one that hung out with the guy's brother.
Yes. She's very important in terms of her connection with Henri.
Yeah, I don't remember her name, but I know who you're talking about.
That's a character that like I wasn't as into at first, but got like certainly more interesting. Let's see. Elfin Lied. A lot of people fucking really hate on Lucy. Controversial anime opinion. I like Lucy.
I've said this multiple times. I don't have an issue with Lucy. I have an issue with the whole subplot that detracts from the actual story.
What, the cousins banging each other?
Yeah.
I mean...
Like, that really adds nothing. That's just there to pad time.
Actually, yeah. We'll add Coda to the list. Coda, main character of Elfin Lied, is a fuckboy. Alright? He's just this guy who wants to bang this pink-haired girl that murders.
Hey, to be fair, he didn't know from the beginning that she murdered people.
No, but then he was in front of... he saw a very important thing and then blocked it out of his memory.
Hey, that's just him being,
It's just
desperate.
the author. It's just the author using the amnesia crutch twice in the same show.
Fair.
Because bullets to the back of your head and seeing your family slaughtered in front of you give you amnesia. Shout out to Demon Slayer.
Does that do that too?
No, he doesn't get amnesia. But he also he kind of acts like he does. That's sort of an issue for me. Is he's very he's very, very gung ho about doing what he's doing.
So I don't know much about Demon Slayer, but did you hear the thing going around that the main character's earrings were like a symbol of colonial oppression in Japan when they're just fucking Hanafuda cards?
I did not hear about that.
And the show refers to them, as far as I know, as Hanafuda-like earrings.
They do have a name for them. I don't remember. That's what they say. Because it's something.
I saw a screenshot, and it was referring to the main guy, whatever his name is, as the boy with Hanafuda. The boy with Hanafuda earrings.
Yeah. Because they bring it up once because his dad had the same earrings, and the main antagonist of the show seems to have ill will toward men that wear those earrings, or people, I guess, that wear those earrings. And he sees the main character wearing them. And it's the main antagonist, supposedly, you're led to believe, that killed the whole family. But the dad was already gone The dad had died previously.
That should be ending soon too, right?
Yeah, but it's definitely gonna have a season 2. I mean, it's hitting.
I was gonna say it's a shonen show,
and it's
so
hitting, and it's hitting
most likely will.
Toonami. It's gonna get that Toonami money.
Is it going to Toonami too?
Yes, it is. At like 12:30, at like I think either next week or the week after. All right, explain why you don't like Ame from Wolf Children.
Do you really need to explain that?
Which one's Ame again?
He's the boy. It's the boy.
The boy? Okay.
The boy that disappears during the storm, and his mom goes up the mountain, almost dies trying to find him, and he can't even come visit her afterwards. Like, I get you want to live as a wolf boy.
Even though you didn't as a kid.
But you can at least go visit your fucking mom.
I will agree with that. Kind of a
like,
dick
especially after everything she did for him.
Yeah,
it's not like she was a bad mom or anything.
Raised both of them by herself, built a house, pretty much. When they moved there, it was like a fucking like shack with like fucking like maggots crawling all over the place. You better be thankful every goddamn day. I might as well. Are there any characters you hate in Hunter x Hunter? That show has a million characters.
Yeah, that has a million characters.
I think Pito is like overhyped.
I'll agree with that, but I don't hate
Not
her by any means. Oh wow, that's dehumanizing.
You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. You can't say him or her, dude. You don't know how Pito identifies. They. No, I mean, yeah, I don't know if there's anybody. I think Hunter x Hunter. I wish some people got more screen time than others. Like,
yeah.
Krapica for one.
I mean,
Bisky Trisket for another one.
In many ways, I think you can find a way to hate Gon's father, but it's not like he was. It's not like his intentions were always terrible or anything. He's just kind of a bum.
Gon's kind of lame.
I think he gets better as it goes.
Yeah, I guess.
Like in the beginning, he's just some average kid that wants to be a hunter.
Mm-hmm.
By Greed Island, I pretty much really liked him.
Everybody in the Fate series. I've only seen 0, so I can't really talk.
I mean, there is that one asshole in the Fate series, Shinji, the guy with the blue hair. I think he's in Unlimited Blade Works.
Oh, I've not seen it.
But he's a bit of an ass.
Inuyasha. I mean, Naraku is my favorite antagonist of all time. So,
he's just kind of menacing, though.
Oh yeah, he doesn't really like.
He there's nothing he does that says I hate this character.
Besides, fuck up everyone's life.
That's what a villain is supposed to do, though.
So he fucks up everyone's life and then uses people to do everything for him.
Yeah, that's what a villain is supposed to do. Let's be honest.
What, they're not supposed to, sit in a bag and be rumored about, and then you defeat them once they're finally released from a bag, you defeat them.
Let me correct that. That is what a pure evil villain is supposed to be like.
There's somebody I hated, the Kishin from Soul Eater. Because AKA I didn't read the manga. So I just watched Soul Eater anime, and that was fucking really... I love the anime, but I remember marathoning that shit, and then you get to they talk about the Kishin, and the Kishin is, I think, very well hyped up. There's I love the fucking scenes where they're he's still in the bag thing, and you got the frog girl and the wolf guy. This sounds like a fucking weird hentai. You got the frog girl and the with the tongue, and you got the wolf guy. And like they have like his, I guess the Kishin's fucking like power or whatever is so fucking potent that like you start to envision shit, hallucinate, and they have these horrible fucking like visions, even though they haven't even like touched the fucking thing yet, and he's supposed to be like locked away, and crazy powerful, right? So they hype it up, and then they like beat him with fucking like friendship, and this made all of a sudden there's a Kishin Hunter move, as if there were like other Kishin to hunt.
Well, I mean, they need what? 99 souls and a Kishin soul?
And a witch's soul.
Oh, it was 99. Okay,
99
yeah, you're right.
Because in episode 1 they find Blair and they think that she's a witch, but she's a cat.
That's right. It's been a while since I've seen Soul Eater.
Okay. Do you hate Bob Samurai's son Ash? No, it actually Bob. We actually have a perfect anime thing for Bob Samurai, and it involves a potential MILF character. I don't hate Ash. Ash is the champion now. How could I hate Ash? That he blew up the internet by finally winning in Pokemon.
Hey. Orange Island says hello.
How about every gym badge that he won for beating Team Rocket and not the gym leader?
How about every gym badge he won because they felt sorry for him? Like, let's be honest. Why did he get the Boulder badge? He was leaving Pewter City and Brock just came and gave it to him.
Hey, the fucking sprinklers turned on.
Hey, he got the Rainbow badge because he saved the Pokemon.
He did.
Not because he beat Erica.
Yeah. Why not? They care way more about being nice to Pokemon than they do about battling. Even though they emphasize battling.
Hey.
What can you do, right?
You know, they got to get out of the world of dogfighting eventually.
Oh, here's a good one, but unfortunately, I wish Justin were here because Justin has also seen the show, but I don't think you have not seen Jormungand, right?
No, I have not.
Okay, I know I fucking always gush about it, but
yeah, you do.
So there's the main character of Jormungand is like this crazy like fucking arms dealer named Coco Hekmetiar. And she's fucking immensely wealthy and powerful, and for the entire show she's an arms dealer, but has the goal of world peace, as she describes it.
All right.
Yeah. And she's okay. On top of that, you could also, I guess, I don't know if she's really the main character. I guess might be the kid. So they bring in this kid. She has these 9 mercenary bodyguards, and at the beginning of the show, she brings in another one, who is this a war orphan who like hates guns and hates war, but he's fucking naturally really good at killing people. Okay. So there's that. He joins the woman who wants to start world peace as an arms dealer. And it has 2 seasons, and it's a really, really cool show. A lot of it is like the backgrounds of these mercenaries and stuff like that. And sort of like their outlooks on the world, money, and war, and how it all kind of fucking tie in together. And when you finally sort of piece together what she's doing, and when they describe what she's actually doing to achieve the goal that she wants to achieve, I have never like flipped on a character more. Like she was like I loved her. I mean, I still favor her as a character, and I love her even more because she made me sort of like change my outlook on this. But the very end of season 2, I very much did not like her anymore. And
really?
Just her like logic and actions. Like it's the most I've ever flipped. And I mean, maybe I sort of should have saw it coming, but then it's just how the show kind of resolves it. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's very interesting. I definitely don't want to spoil it. Nobody fucking watches it, but people should check out Jormungand. It only has 2 seasons. It's like 24 or 26 episodes. But it's really good. You can ask, I think J Chip has seen it as well. But if you like stuff like Black Lagoon, I definitely recommend it. It's, a little less in your face as Black Lagoon, a lot less F-bombs, but there's still action in there.
Okay.
And Coco is Loco. That's the ending theme song too. But that was the most I've ever. Have you ever had a character that you flipped on like that?
I'm sure I have. I mean, Ame was one of them.
Oh, you like little kid Ame?
Yeah, I mean, Ame was one of them.
So did you hate little kid Yuki?
No, because she was just an immature child, and I understood that.
And then Ame grows up and becomes an immature child.
Yeah. Like, maybe it's... It just reminded me so much with Ame of, like, a 13-year-old boy. Like, it's just a phase, Mom. But the father sitting there, like, in her mind, but he's an adult now. He's an adult now. That's just what that reminded me of. Other characters that I kind of like grew to dislike. Like I said, I'm sure there's some out there. Nothing comes to my mind. But the one thing that I will bring up, which isn't something that I like, a character that I dislike, but rather one that I guess it's one that I like, that people meme on and don't really like, because the meme is uselessness. And you probably know where I'm going since you know what I'm reading. But Sakura ain't that bad.
The girl whose name means spring of cherry blossoms.
Maybe something happens in the last 300 chapters that makes her bad, but I'm not there yet.
I mean, she's just, like, lame.
I mean, she doesn't stand out. Like,
exactly. She's supposed to be one of, like, the new generation Sani.
I agree she doesn't stand out the way Sasuke and Naruto do. But, like, there were things she did that were actually relevant.
You know what I don't understand is, I mean, I think she's, like, over-bashed, but
to be honest, a lot of things that people like complain about are over-complained about. I
have problems with, I mean, and I never read the manga, but I mean, if I'm assuming it was adapted fairly accurately in the anime, so I have problems sometimes with the way Kishimoto writes. So I don't know, maybe it's just planning, but like I don't like how, and it's supposed to be me being butthurt about, so like a character like Dosu.
Okay.
We're led to believe that he was this pawn for Orochimaru, basically got used in the whole second exam, whole thing, Chunin exam things, and he's still, out of the subordinates, he's the strongest of those 3. And he wins his fight with Choji, and then he's sort of, the gears are turning in his head, and he's catching on to what's going on, right? And he's realizing that this guy sent us in to get our asses kicked. Like, what the fuck? And something's up here. And he sees both of his teammates go down, and he realizes that his leader doesn't really have his back on anything. And so I'm curious, and I fucking love him as a character, so then I'm like, okay, I want to see how this pans out. Like, what knowledge could we gain from this dude? Like, what actions is he going to take? And what do? They squash him like a fucking bug. With Gaara, who he has not had any ill will towards, like, basically the entire show, besides calling him a desert rat. That's how he's introduced.
So the Chunin exams is a funny example, especially near the end of it. Like, I like the Chunin exams arc.
That's my favorite arc, like, in most anime.
but I feel like certain matchups that they did were just there because they needed to put them there, or Kishimoto needed to put them there, so he could throw the more important characters in fights together.
Okay. So what? Like your fucking Sakura Ino fight that took like 2 episodes.
Oh, I don't know.
For them
It took 2 episodes
for them to tie. Spoiler alert. But what I was getting to is like I feel like I wish that Sakura, like we're led to believe, like sort of like by the end that like it's like full circle. Like this is almost like this new era Sani, right? And Sakura, studies under Tsunade and all this shit, and it's like I wish that was like alluded to way fucking earlier. Like Naruto always wanted to be Hokage. Sasuke was always a fucking dickwad.
Yeah.
But Sakura had nothing. She was plain Jane ninja in the background at the beginning. She just held up a kunai and I'm going to defend the bridge builder with my kunai knife and my severe lack of ability.
But at the same time, she has massive physical strength that were shown, and just the fact that she studied medicinal, like, ninjutsu under Tsunade.
But that came later.
Okay.
Why couldn't they give her a fascination with medical ninjutsu as a kid?
Because they needed Tsunade for that.
There are other medical ninja without Tsunade. Was Kabuto trained by Tsunade? I don't think so.
Look, you really wanted Kabuto, like her to look up to Kabuto.
Kabuto's the man. That's also a character that fucking should have been in the show. Well, he was in the show a lot, but
yeah, I was gonna say he's around a lot, and he just kind of like loafs around sometimes.
To be fair, a lot of things in Naruto should have been further foreshadowed. I'll agree with that.
That's fair.
What's a character you hated, but over time you grew to like? For me, it's Aisha Clan from Outlaw Star. Was that character?
Aisha Clan.
I've never seen Outlaw Star. I hated, but grew to like. That's a good question.
The main cast of Darling in the Franxx. Because I absolutely hated that show when I first saw it.
I still haven't watched it.
And I thought Hero and Zero Two specifically were just 2 piles of shit.
Wow.
Now I think they're 2 piles of shiny shit.
What an upgrade.
I mean, I grew to deal with them, I guess, and that I guess that's the first thing that comes to my mind.
I would say Holland from Eureka 7, but you're supposed to not like him at the beginning, and then because he sort of becomes basically a father figure to Renton.
I mean, I guess I was kind of that way with Kaiji too. Like, in the beginning, I thought he was this. I mean, throughout the show, he's pretty much kind of this garbage loser that's trying to get by on life by doing the shadiest things. And yeah. I didn't really feel bad for him getting, screwed by a loan shark. And then as he starts putting his life on the line and like just showing what it really means to him to actually get out of this debt, where he actually wants to do this no matter the cost. And he's doing it by like the way that he's trapped in, instead of going off and stealing hubcaps from somebody's car.
It's the lesser of evils, I originally just like Shinji from Evangelion, since his voice actor was annoying, but grew on me significantly the longer I watched. Shinji's okay. I remember I was not super into Asuka the first time I watched it. I was way more for younger Miasma was way more into the Rei and like Hinata and Orihime and Stephanie Shea voice characters.
Oh, I was gonna say, I was like, where does Orihime fit with Rei and Hinata? I'm like, I could see some parallels with Hinata and Rei.
And Eika. Well, no, just like the Orihime, like the soft spoken, like they have the same voice, like the same shy to show their emotion or something like that. Or in Rei's case, there's a lot of weird shit going on. And I remember when Asuka gets introduced, I'm like, who the fuck is this fucking loud German bitch? But now fucking I think Asuka's probably no, I'm actually in a third party in that debate. Because I'm like originally was Team Rei, then maybe I could join Team fucking Asuka. But at the end of the day, it's all about fucking
Kaoru.
Oh God. Yeah, it's all about Kaoru. No, oh my God, why can't I think of her name? Misato, yes, Jesus. Yeah, Misato. She lives with a penguin, which is pretty neat.
I mean, let's be honest. Pen is probably best girl of Eva.
Pen's a character I hated. First of all, Pen gets no character development. I'm gonna make a 45-minute rant video about Pen. Fucking Pen does not get the Pen needs to follow the 7 outlaws of a character design outlawed by fucking Isaac Asimov in 1952. I'll make a cool thumbnail that says like the disillusion that is Pen. Speaking of
like a 2-hour analysis video.
2-hour analysis on Pen. All right, so now we'll get to the sort of surprise. And we're going to break this down to JChip live, because we have an idea of brewing that was birthed not too long ago. By not too long ago, I mean like an hour ago.
Yeah, like literally right before the stream.
So you may or may not have. I need to get the name right. I need to make sure that I get this name right. There's a little anime that's currently finishing up that I think that the Sugoi boys need to talk about. And I know you guys are going to love hearing us talk about this because we're not going to be talking about some kind of like classic work of art. It's not going to be
Vinland Saga, Dr. Stone, Fire Force. None of the stuff that people consider good that are out right now.
I mean, 5.76 out of 10 people think it's good.
I guess many people consider this show good right now, but
I could tell you that. Hold on, let me find a review that gives it a 10. I can't actually.
I was gonna say, but many people considered Bunny Girl and Kaguya-sama great shows too.
We are going to be checking out. Do You Like Your Mom? Her normal attack is 2 attacks at full power. Okasan Online. Or Sujo Kogeki ga Zentai Kogeki de Nikai Kogeki no Okasan wa Suki desu ka?
Okay, so literally what I told you before stream is all I know about the show is that it's about a guy that gets transported to another world with his mother. But is it adapted from a light novel?
Source material. Light novel adapted by J.C. Staff. Who, by the way, has brought us such gems lately of one of the worst anime I've ever reviewed in my life, Vatican Miracle Examiner. They also did Index.
JC Staff also, I was going to say, Raildex and Food Wars.
And Shauna. I feel like they have like different, like, they must have like 2 different stats.
They're like a very off and on studio.
Fucking JC Staff. Oh, they did Toradora, I guess.
That was what, 2009 or 2007 though?
2008. And I still haven't watched it. I have it on DVD.
Great.
Oh, they did Prison School. People like that. They did Shimonetta. People like that.
Light says, "Oh, JC Staff, now it's a must watch. They made the classic Garzy's Wing."
Did they really? Is that actually them? Garzy's. Hold on. This needs to be known. Holy fucking shit. JC staff made Garzy's wing. That's all you need to know, folks. Holy shit. What the fuck is happening in life? But yeah. Do you like your mom? Did you know that she does like 2 fucking cannon attacks or some shit? We'll talk about that. We're thinking it's ending soon at episode 13. So hopefully we can power through it this week and discuss in detail our thoughts. And if you guys have any free time and, you know, obviously have nothing better to do than to watch Do You Like Your Mom and her double fucking tit attack or whatever the fuck it is.
I mean, I'm sure there's a reason her attacks hit multiple targets because her attacks probably come out of her boobs.
No. I'm sure there won't be any fan service at all. I'm sure this is going to be a thriller.
It's going to be a very family-friendly show. I'm
you
sure.
could say that. It has a solid 5.76 on Mal, which is, as we know, is always good for a currently airing show.
5.76
a 5.76
Mal.
with 19,304 users. Its ratings are a 3, a 7, a 3, a 4, from what I can see. Oh my god. All right, folks. I want to thank everybody for coming, Jed, for coming. And hopefully we will have a very entertaining show next time. If you watch this in the future, let us know about any anime characters you hate. Please check out Dred's channel and J-Chip show as well. Yeah. You guys have fun watching Do You Like Your Mama and Her 2 Guns, or whatever the fuck it is. Watch, if you get tired of that, watch Jormungand, because I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's a better show. But I want you guys to have a great week. I'll see you.